Alright, hello everybody again. This is Friday Dog coming to you from the future. I have actually recorded all of my videos for today to be able to post on my channel. Now for today's vlog, I actually split it up into two videos. I was not originally planning on doing that, but the reason why I made this part one, and then my next video is part two, which will be released tonight, so they're both released on the same day. Just this one is posted at 6 a.m. today, the other one will be posted at 6 p.m. tonight. Maybe even a couple hours earlier, just depending. We'll see how it goes though. But the reason why I wanted to split it up is because I stumbled upon an old Chinese cemetery and I wanted to actually put that into a video of its own. And that's actually going to be part two of today's vlogs. That'll come up on right after. That's actually the next video right after this one. So after you watch this one, go over and watch that one next. I actually, just to let you know ahead of time though, I did not narrate anything except for like an opening clip just to kind of tell everybody to come back and watch this video and why I did that. Basically the same type of video as this. Anyways, the entire video, other than the intro video for the intro clip for that video, will be silent with just some music and the background noise from when I was actually out there filming. I wanted to be really respectful, even though the bodies are no longer there. I just wanted to be respectful to those who lost their lives during that time period. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you enjoyed the next video, and I'll see you back here tomorrow, or next video, whatever you want to see it as. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed today's videos. Alrighty, Dog Pound. Welcome to today's video. Today is day number 13 of my daily vlog for May 5th, 2025. I know that a lot of these videos are really random. As you can tell, I'm driving right now. I got my mic hooked up to my jacket to be able to transmit the sound from my voice into the video, and hopefully it drowns out as much of the background noise as it possibly can. Today is Monday, and it's a driving day. It's kind of weird. Last night, one of my dispatchers was actually talking to me. I'm using this video as kind of like a diary as well, a video diary, that I'm letting you, the viewer, come into my life. So, last night, one of my dispatchers, I'm not going to release her name. I'm not going to name any names. I'm not going to name any company names I drive for. Actually, correction. Prior companies I drove for, I'll mention. Current one, no. This jacket I'm wearing is for Schneider Logistics. I do not work for them. I haven't driven them for almost a couple of years, actually. And even when I did drive for them, I only drove for them for about 3 months before I quit and found a different job. Anyways, back to my original story. Dispatcher yesterday at about 5:30, 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Side note, I am actually passing through Brigham City, Utah right now. Final destination is going to be at least Baker City, Oregon. Maybe even later. We'll see how good the day goes. I'll record throughout the day. Anyways, up until this point, I was supposed to do a Tuesday load in like the Eugene, Oregon area, Portland area, and then come back down to Utah and do like a Friday load. Thing is, I would have to leave early Sunday morning in order for me to get up to Oregon in time and do a local load there. No problem, I can do that. There's enough time. A side note, as a trucker, you're allowed to be on duty for 70 hours a week. Each day, you're allowed to be on duty for 14 hours. And of those 14 hours, you're allowed to be driving, like what I'm doing now, for 11 hours. Those 11 hours are split up. The first, you're allowed to drive for 8 hours, and then you have to take a half-hour lunch break, and then you're allowed to drive for the last 3 hours to total the 11 hours. And I actually just recently found out that if I'm physically unloading my trailer by myself, I'm allowed to go past those 14 hours. I originally thought that it was illegal for me to do that. And I still feel that way sometimes. But since I unload my trailer by hand, if I go over my 14, that's okay. And once I get done unloading at the stop, I just can no longer move the vehicle for the day. And I ended up having to park at that store for the night and sleep there. I got a bed back there to sleep on. And then but the thing is, if I run out of my time at my last stop on Friday, I cannot get back to Salt Lake City or to our yard until Saturday morning. And the thing is, I have to do a 34-hour reset so I get all my time for the next week updated. I have to do that for 34 hours straight. Not 48, 38. Or 34. So this last Friday, I got done with my last stop in Centerville, Utah. And our yard is about a half hour, 45 minutes away. When I got done, I literally only had 1 minute left of my 14. I would not be able to make it back, so I had to let dispatch know that I would not be able to make it back in time to do my Tuesday load. So I basically don't have to leave until Monday morning. Because even if I left right at my 34-hour reset on Saturday night, which would be like 6 or 7 or 8 p.m., I still would not be able to make it to my Tuesday load. By the time I got to my Tuesday load, I probably would have only had about 2 hours left of my 14, and I would have had to wait for about 4 hours until my appointment started. So I would have already been on my 10-hour break. Oh yeah, that's right, because I have to do 10 hours between shifts. Once I clock out for the day, I have to wait 10 hours to start my next shift. 34 hours for the weekend. So, dispatch last night, to get back to where I started from, she texted me and said, don't worry about leaving tomorrow morning, meaning today, because we don't have a Friday home load for you to do. So don't leave until you can talk to someone tomorrow, meaning today. I was like, okay, is everything all right? And that's when she told me that, yeah, we're just short loads, but if you want, we can give you like a Monday Utah load, home load, and then do like a Thursday Oregon like local load. It's local to them, so that's why they call that local. It's foreign to me. Home is me here in Utah. I was like, all right, sounds like good. That'll work. I told her I'll head out tomorrow morning, meeting today. And then I should be up there by Tuesday. She's like, okay, sounds perfect. I told her that if there's anything that they need me to do while I'm up there, I'm open to do that because my load will not be ready to pick up until Wednesday night or Thursday morning. I'll find something to do, figure something to do. So I kind of figured, well, this morning when I got in at about 5 o'clock to start, I got in at about 5:30. You know, usually I want to start between 5 and 5:30, so I started at about 5:30, or I got to the yard at about 5:30 to start my shift. My truck would not stop. Did not have enough voltage in the battery to start the truck, so I had to wait until our shop was open at like 7 o'clock to have them help me jumpstart my truck. So I got So I got a late start today. And that's why I'm just now leaving Brigham City. It's about 8:37 a.m. Usually by about 8:30, I'm already around Hebron, Idaho, usually. So that's where I'm at this point. Usually I drive all the way up to about Boardman, Oregon, which is about an hour past Pendleton, 45 minutes maybe, past Pendleton, Oregon. But since I don't really have a load that will be ready for me to pick up until like Wednesday night or like Thursday morning, but the load will not be ready for the appointment for the load is not until Monday morning. So I'm thinking that today I will go ahead and I might as well just stay in Baker City because I'm in no particular rush to get up to Ridgefield right now. Because usually when I get to Ridgefield, usually the way my week goes, if I miss my Tuesday run, I'll still leave Monday morning, get up to Boardman, Oregon. The next morning I'll leave to Ridgefield, Washington to drop off the empty trailer I already have. And then hopefully, with the hopes of my next load, my Friday load being ready for me to pick up right then and there. 9 times out of 10, it's not. So what I do on Tuesdays is I drive the 3.5 hours from Portland, Oregon, up to Ridgefield, Washington, and drop off a day there, and then I drive back down to Troutdale, Oregon, where there's a Lowe's gas station. We have the Diamond Status. Company pays for Diamond Status, so I get 4 points per gallon every time I fill up in my truck, and I get free showers, free coffee, free drinks, basically. That's what the Diamond Status for the Love's Rewards program sets up. That's what the company pays for. I don't drink most of the stuff there anyways, so no big deal. And then I would stay there for the night, usually Wednesday morning. Troutdale's about a half hour away from Ridgefield, so it's closer to Portland than Mount St. Helens is. And I'll go stay at Troutdale for the night, and then I'll go up there. And then the next morning I'll go back, drive about a half hour, so that's an hour round trip drive right there. Not bad. Go out there, pick up my load, and then head out the door. And start heading back to Utah. And if I just plow on through and keep going all the way through, I can easily make it all the way back to Bliss, Idaho, which is give or take a half hour from half hour west of Twin Falls, Idaho. So, anyways, that's what's going on so far today up until this point. Now you're up to date. I know it's a very long intro, almost 10 minutes, but as a trucker, that's how it is. Of course, by the time I edit this video and post it tomorrow morning, I'll have some like little clips and little pictures overlooking this. That way you're not just looking at me the entire time, you know? Anyways, now that you're all caught up, I will go ahead and get back to focusing 100% on driving. And throughout the day, I'll kind of give little updates about how today's going. Today's a driving day, obviously. So, anyways, if you've been watching up until this point, thanks for watching. But let's continue on throughout the rest of the day. All right, finally I crossed over into Idaho at the first rest stop, just about 2 or 3 miles inside the Idaho border from Utah. And I actually have a question. I've been a truck driver for going on 4 years, almost 5 years, I want to say. And I've been a company driver for the entire time I've been a driver. So I have a question for all you owner-operators out there. If you're an owner-operator, chime in down below. Leave a comment, because I'm curious. What does it take to be an owner-operator? How much does it cost? Do you set your own schedule? Logs? Loads? Where do you get all this stuff? Because one of these days, I have been thinking about being like an owner-operator a lot lately, but I don't know where to start. Where do you suggest I start? What should I do with all that? Comment down below what you think I should do, or what I should do if you're an owner-op. I'm just curious. You see, I am a company driver, and it's got some nice perks to go with it. You know, but my biggest thing, the thing that I want to be able to control the most, is being able to have my own, set my own schedule. I want to be my own boss. And eventually, I do want to have like a fleet of maybe like 4 or 5 trucks, with one of them being my own truck. That's like one of the dreams I do have. I just don't know exactly where to start, how to get it all done. Fleet cars, gas cards, all that jazz. I just don't know really where to start. I just want to get some of that info from other drivers who are owner-operators. So please chime in down below if you are an owner-operator, just to help me out with some advice. Okay, I do have to say this though. There will be times that people will comment on my videos. And if you comment on any one of my videos, I really do appreciate that. I just need to apologize ahead of time, because sometimes I won't be able to reply to your comment until later on at night. And that's because, well, you can see what I'm doing now. I'm driving. And usually I don't park until it's about 5:30, 6 o'clock at night, Mountain Standard Time, 4:30 usually when I'm, on West Coast time. So please bear with me. I'm not ignoring you at all. Because I like to go through and read the comments. I don't usually get a whole lot of comments. But the few that I do, I think usually on average I get about 3 to 4. Which I'm not complaining about at all. I'm very thankful for every single little comment that I do get on any of my videos. Any and all of them. But I'm just going to have to say, if you do comments on my video, please don't feel like I'm trying to ignore you. It's only because I'm driving. I'm usually busy throughout the day. I don't usually have enough time to sit there and reply to all comments until later on at night. Which is what I usually am able to get around the comments, and that's usually around the same time when I'm actually editing my videos and getting them ready to post for the next day. While my videos are rendering and exporting out of the app that I usually use iMovie. That's when I actually go onto my phone and pull up the app for YouTube, and that's when I start going through and seeing what people have said, and I'll get back to you. I'll give you a heart, a like, and I'll reply back to you more than like 9 times out of 10. I'll reply back to you. So, because I enjoy the comments. So don't forget to comment down below on any and all videos, and don't forget to go back to my backlog and watch a lot of my older videos too, because I got a lot of really old contents. Honestly, it's not that great, but they're still fun to watch anyways. Alright, so what you just saw there is, I didn't have my camera pointed the other way, but I was just pulling in. I got pulled into the point of entry just outside of Boise, Idaho just now. And I thought it was kind of weird, because when you get pulled in, there's, at least here in Idaho, each port of entry has a sign on the side of the road that tells you, there's like a sign on the road that tells you to bypass the scale or they're going to pull you in. They got radar scales that can, x-ray scanners, basically, they can tell if your trailer has stuff in it, if it's empty, you have an estimated weight in there, basically all that stuff. Most of the time you'll get a bypass, but every once in a while you'll get pulled into a scale station, and that's what was happening to me just now. And I thought it was kind of weird that I was getting pulled into a scale station. I was like, why am I getting pulled in? I'm hooked up to a 53-foot trailer, but it's empty. The only thing that's in there are just pallets, and then all of my rollers that I use for my job, my tools and stuff. Excuse me. So I was like, that's really weird that they're pulling me in. And then the second set of lights they have in there, when you get pulled into the scale, there are 2 lanes in there. At least the one I went into right here, just outside of Boise. And each lane both have a sign on top of it, and they'll go off at the same time telling you which lane to go into. Obviously, you go into a lane that has a green arrow in it, and at that one, the right lane, the outside lane, is a bypass lane. You drive through without being scaled for 10 miles per hour. You're basically, what that basically means is that the DOT officers are making sure that you're paying attention to the signs. That's basically the only purpose of that sign. They want to make sure you're paying attention to that. The inside lane, that's where you drive over the scale going like 5 miles per hour. They want to make sure that you're legally within the weight limits in your trailer and on your tractor. So I was wondering why they pulled me in, because I was empty. I was like, huh. So they're probably going to have me go on the outside lane, just bypassing, They're probably making sure that I'm paying attention to the lights, which I always do. But no, this time they actually had me go over the scale. So I was like, huh. strange, but okay. And then I started going over the scale, and I'm going 5 miles per hour, because when you go over to the scale, you're only allowed to go over 5 miles per hour, or you're only allowed to go 5 miles per hour as a speed limit. I go over, I'm looking at a sign, because they're telling me to drive slow. There's a sign out there that tells you that gives you directions, that comes straight from the DOT officer in the scale, or in the office. And the sign tells me to stop. So I was like, why am I stopping? What the heck, man? And I look out my window, I see the officer coming out, and I open my window. I was like, hey, how's it going? He's like, I'm just going to go ahead and go check your wheels. I was like, okay. And I was looking back, he's like, what happened to my wheels? Did I get a flat tire all of a sudden? What's going on? Excuse me. So he's back there for about a minute, maybe 2 minutes tops. I was like, what is going on? He's kicking the inside tire, driver's side front axle of the trailer. So I was like, what is going on? He comes up to me, he's like, yeah, it just looks like your tires are 2 different sizes. So I thought that maybe one of your tires was flat, but you're good to go. And he's like, what? He asked me what was up with the hub, with the wheel, the actual hub wheel, because it looked like it was all scraped. I was like, oh, it actually just got replaced last Thursday when I was in Salt Lake City. He's like, oh, okay, you're still good to go. So, piece of advice: if you are getting your CDL and you're driving by a DOT scale station, sometimes companies will have a work tablet that tell you to go in or out, and in some cases you'll have, like just now in Idaho, they'll have signs that'll tell you to go in, and in some cases like now you'll have both, outside and inside. In that case, you always do what the sign on the outside says, because that sign that's out on the outside, that's being controlled by a DOT officer, whereas on a work tablet, that can be automated. It can be like, you can say, like the outside signs can say you bypass, whereas your tablet will say pull in. Always do what the one outside does. And sometimes the outside side will tell you to pull in, whereas your tablet will tell you to bypass. Again, do what the outside one says, because if you drive by and they're telling you to go in, and then you drive by it, ignoring that sign, you can be heavily fined. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of all ages, if you couldn't tell where we're at already, welcome to Baker City, Oregon. This is where we will be staying for the night. I hope you made it this far into part one of today's video. Don't forget there's going to be a part two later on tonight. An interesting one that I stumbled upon while I was doing some of the video recordings today. Anyways, we're going to go walk along the main street right here, right off the exit, and go walk around town a little bit. So that way we're not just sitting in the truck for the entire video. I know today's video is going to be long, but thank you for making it this far if you've made it this far. So if any of you have actually followed my channel for any sort of amount of time or time period or whatever you want to say, you would know that me and my wife actually grew up in the Seattle area. We just live in Salt Lake City, or just outside of Salt Lake City in a suburb. Usually when we drive home, we drive up through Baker City, going up I-84 and into Central Washington and into Western Washington from there, near Pendleton. Anyways, earlier I filmed that Chevron station right there. That is actually one of our main stops. Usually when we stop there, Oregon has this weird thing that people will come out and fill up the gas for you. But for some reason they didn't do that. And they're not doing it here at the Love's gas station, which I kind of find that to be a little weird. Because, well, I find it kind of weird that people fill up the gas for you anyways. But it's even weirder to have a state like Oregon that did that not do that anymore, if that makes any sense at all. The last time I was actually coming through here with my wife and my kids, this Love's gas station wasn't even here. I think it's been around for a couple of years, but it's more recent than the last time I actually went home to go visit family with my kids, which was about 2020 when my little sister got married. Right outside this Super 8, we got looks like we got a little bull. A metal bull. Don't want to mess with one of those things ever. I'm actually not 100% sure of the significance of the bull. I'm wondering if Baker City is actually like a rodeo town. And like I've said before, Baker City is usually a place where you just come to fill up a gas, go to the McDonald's for lunch or food of some sort, and then just be on our way. Not really a place that I have ever explored before. When I was a teenager, I actually used to want to own drive a hearse. Like own one and use it as like a personal car. Not sure why, but it'd be kind of cool to have a hearse to drive around in, I think, at least. I do have to say that on days like today, where it's a drive day or if it's a delivery day, I won't be able to do a whole lot of filming. So usually if I'm filming myself driving, I'm trying to tell a story, just to kind of pass the time. If you're still here this far in the video, I sincerely thank you for watching the video, because truckers have a lot of stories to tell, a lot of experiences, a lot of lessons that they want to teach new drivers. And that's part of the reason why I do some of these videos like this, like what you've seen today. This Baker Truck Corral sign at night lights up and flashes. It's like neon red. If you're ever passing by and it's all lit up at night or early in the morning, I'll try to see if I can add it and I can include it in a future video, but obviously that's a no-go right now. I gotta go up that way in the morning, drive for like 6 or 7 hours tomorrow that way. I'm going to go ahead and see if this visitor center is actually open, see what I can explore and find in there. So let's go. Doesn't look like it. See, the parking lot looks pretty bare, but we'll still go see and go check it out. Okay, it looks like we just barely missed it. It closed at 4:30 and it's about 4:52 p.m. right now. So we just barely missed it. It's all good though, maybe next time. So I know down in Utah they are extremely proud of their Pioneer heritage. But here we got like a Conestoga wagon, like a covered wagon, out on display just outside. In Utah, usually if you see something like this, it's usually inside in the museum somewhere. Not in the elements like this. Not that there's anything wrong with this, not here at all. I'm not complaining about that. I'm just saying, usually in Utah, you see them inside, and you barely ever see them down in Utah anyway. So it's kind of nice to see someone embracing the history here with the covered wagon. It looks like we got ourselves an old welcome to Baker City gate right here. I don't know if that was the original city gate. I'll admit that I did not research any history. I'm just here recording. So I have no idea if that was like an original city gate or not. I have no idea. Over there, the sign says welcome to Baker City on the Oregon Trail. Basically, once you cross into Idaho and you drive for about an hour or two closer to Boise, you'll start seeing signs for the Oregon Trail. And obviously all the way through the state of Oregon, you'll see references to the Oregon Trail. I actually cannot go too much farther because my truck is actually on the other side of I-15 over there. So I should actually probably end the video here and leave Baker City, the rest of Baker City, to your imagination. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed today's video. I hope you enjoyed part 1. Stay tuned because part 2 will be coming up after this video later on tonight. And once it's released, it'll permanently be after this video on a playlist for 2025 / my daily vlogs. Anyways, thank you for watching today's video, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.
Hey everybody. Everybody watching has to subscribe. Subscribing is cool. Thanks.